Hi, I'm Dean from Care Cover, and today I'm going to show you what's inside the indoor timber furniture care kit and how to use the products to take care of your indoor timber furniture. So inside the pack, when you receive it, there are 3 products. We have the protective cream, the cleaning solution, and a reusable microfiber cloth. Now, the cleaning solution is fantastic to use to just wipe down the surfaces regularly to remove any food spills, drink spills, or general household dust and grime that might build up on the timber furniture. The protective cream is a fantastic product for protecting against stains and also against UV and for preventing timber from drying and cracking and that aging that can happen over time, where timber loses its natural oils and moisture that's in it. And of course the cloth, that helps you to both wipe down the dirt and grime, and when you rinse it out, reuse it for applying the protective cream. So to use the timber cleaner, it's an easy to use mist pump spray, and you can spray this directly onto the timber surface. What we do recommend, if you've used it only for the first time and haven't tested it on the timber, spray a little bit just onto the cloth, and on an obscure area you can just wipe it and make sure that there's no adverse effects on the finish of the timber. That is, it's not stripping out any colour or any finish or any varnishes that might be on. So once you're ready to use the product, just a nice even spray over the surface, and you really don't have to use much at all. And then using the cloth, just wiping down, which will take off any dirt, grime, food spills. And if you've got creases and joins like we do in this table, just get the edge of the cloth and make sure you're wiping any residue of the cleaner out of those surfaces as well. And that's where dust will collect, so it's good to clean those anyway. And when applying the protective cream, just flip the nozzle on the lid and you can just squeeze out a nice liberal amount onto the cloth. Now, I've rinsed this cloth out in water after I've used the cleaner, and so it's damp, and that will help spread the cream evenly across the surface. So just a little dab so it's an even distribution onto the cloth, and then just wipe onto the surface. Now be careful not to let it build up inside any cracks or crevices, making sure that you're just wiping that out so you get an even finish over the surface. Once that's put on evenly, you just allow that to dry, which can just take a couple of hours depending on how warm the plant is. Now, not only is the protective cream fantastic at preventing stains on your indoor timber furniture, but it's also really good at helping prevent damage from UV. Now, you'll see that our table is positioned here, that it gets the afternoon sun through the glass doors, and so this gets a lot of heavy sun for about 3 or 4 hours every afternoon. Now, without any protection, the risk that we have with this table is that it will dry out the timber in this end of the table, and that'll be a different amount of wear to that end of the table. And that has the potential to shrink the timber where it loses its natural oils, and we'll get separation in these joins, and the timber will dry out and crack. So to prevent that, regular applications with the protective cream will help maintain the finish and help prevent against that UV damage. We would recommend every 2 to 3 months giving the surface a good wipe down, and that just ensures the protective coating on the timber, and it stops the loss of moisture, a little bit like sunscreen. There you go, all done.